All right, guys, we are one step closer to actually hearing this thing fire up today, and I think today is actually the day. I'm sorry, it has been delays. The weather has not been working in my favor, and then also, like I said, it's just tedious stuff that you just wouldn't think you would spend a lot of time on that takes the most time. So I'll jump right into it. This is what the final wiring scheme looks like in the rear now. So now you can see there's a lot more going on back here. Obviously, got the tail light, got my ground connections right here, and then I got the two Deutsch connectors. These are both broken off from the rear tail light to the front of the bike because you have to share turn signals and running light circuits. Got the PDM right here. Got all my high current stuff ran to the front of the bike and feeding everything that it needs to feed. I got my Amazon relay right there, starter relay. I might actually change that bolt out because stuff like that annoys me, and my OCD is just bothered by those bolts being two different colors. And then I got the main fuse right here going up to the battery. So it actually came out pretty good. Tried to do as best as I could on it. I mean, it's probably not my best work, but I just try to keep it as neat as possible. And then obviously I got a no-coat NLP 5 lithium battery. I actually ran the engine with this battery before too, because I mean, at first I was thinking about getting something a little bit more powerful, but this for a small battery, this thing packs a punch, and this is my hand for comparison right here. But yeah, everything's pretty much coming together. Let's see, let's hit the ignition button and see what we get. I am waiting on my ECU for this project. This is coming in today because right now I got my YZ FuelTech FT550 on it. So when I get the actual ECU for this bike today, I'm gonna actually make a custom dash screen specifically for the Ducati Grom project. So that's why I haven't changed this one yet. But let's see. So let's hit that starter button and see what we get. You can see the PDM is on. Man, I love this thing. So throttle bodies work, obviously. I got the coils unplugged because I do have an engine ground on here, but I want to run a nice fat one straight up to the battery, just so, because I got getting shocked like that unexpectedly. That wasn't fun. All right, so let's see what happens when I hit the starter button. Actually, you know what? Let me do the push to start button. I want to flex that a little bit. Man, some nice good RPM. So looks like looks like we almost got a runner. You can see the tail light is on, license plate light is on, everything is nice and bright. I got all the stock turn signals working. This might look weird on video because it's the LED, so it's probably blinking like crazy. But turn this one on. And then as far as the front of the bike goes, I actually have my pigtail right here. So now I just got to terminate little small connectors on this to go to like the horn, the left turn signal, right turn signal, headlight, low beam, headlight, high beam, and then the brake switch, which is absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna have that knocked out when I get home today. That will not stop me from attempting to run this today though, like I am gonna do. So yeah, it's coming together. It's coming together. And one other thing that I got too, let me grab it really quick. I got this piece of Delrin right here. This is probably way more than what I needed, but you have to like buy this in bulk off of McMaster car. So the plan with this is I'm actually going to use this for a chain slider. So you can see up here the chain is just on metal right now in this track. So I'll probably make it a little bit longer than I need to as far as the track goes, and try to find a way to fasten it to the swing arm. Oh man, my thumb is bleeding. I whacked the absolute crap out of it yesterday when I was assembling the starter cables, and yeah, it still hurts. But yeah, so Delrin, I hear really good things about this for chain slider situation. So hopefully it works out pretty good. I mean, it was pretty, I don't want to say it was cheap, because for this slab it was like almost $60. So that's actually kind of expensive. But yeah, this is coming together, guys. I think we might get some heat in the pipes today. I do got to pull the exhaust back off, and I need to seal up everything because I don't have an exhaust gasket there. But to be honest, I haven't used exhaust gaskets in so long. Like, I typically use the Ultra Copper Permatex because it just works so much better. Like, especially for this project too, because this is like, this is a lot less, I don't want to say lower horsepower or lower radiant heat than what I've used the Ultra Copper stuff on before, because typically, like, I don't even run like turbo flange gaskets. I just use the Ultra Copper Permatex, and it works amazing, and it fills up any type of like warpage or just any machining inconsistency. It's hard to beat. It's really hard to beat. I mean, a lot of people might think it's hacky, but those are probably people that have never used it before. But I mean, it's like 2,000 horsepower cars, turbo cars that they don't even have they don't even know what a turbo exhaust gasket is. Just all use the Permatex Copper RTV. So yeah, other than that, it's like little small odds and ends I gotta do. I think the wheels I actually have to pull back off because I gotta get those balanced. I just noticed that the other day there weren't any like weights or anything on them. So and then it's kind of crazy too, because I think at least I had to assemble it this way, but this Brembo brake caliper is so beefy that I actually had to put the rotor and I had to put the caliper on the rotor before I installed the rotor, so I could fit it in the ID of the wheel right there, because I could not get that on with the rotor already on. It was just too massive. But that's, I mean, it's not a bad thing. Definitely not a bad thing. Oh yeah, another thing that I got hooked up since the last video, and this is one thing that I really love about the Fuel Tech software. So it's just so many diagnostics on this thing. It's crazy. So if you look at this right here, ooh, what do I? Oh, you know what? I think I turned the circuit off for the injectors. Yep. I gotta reprogram my PDM because I think it's cutting power to the injectors and the coils when I crank it, because I did that just to keep the fuel pump off so I don't keep running it dry. But you can see right here, you got all these diagnostics to it. These are all live sensor readings too, by the way. And then you got all your inputs and outputs, so you can see when I pull the throttle, you can see how these values are changing. So pretty sweet. It makes it easy to diagnose stuff. And then you got all the blue output wires. These are all ran into the PDM, so just more integration stuff that people probably will get bored with. But if you run down, oops, sorry, let's go to the electric fan number 1. So I think I showed you this, but you got your fuel cut on and cut off temp right there. So I think I might leave it right there. And then another thing is this right here. You have this test feature, so it'll run the fans for a split second just to make sure it's actually working correctly. So if you look under here, I actually have 2 fans. I have those ran in parallel with each other. So one right there, one right there. Like I said before, I don't know if this is going to be enough cooling. I am going to try to do my due diligence and get a shroud made for this. I already talked to my friend, see if he can 3D print me 2 shrouds, just so it's like directed airflow instead of just being because I typically don't use fans just with no shroud like this. Like I've learned that lesson long ago on other projects. But I just want to show you this feature right here. So this is pretty cool. So fans are on, test, make sure they work, then you can turn it back off. So Pretty cool feature. You could do that with every single circuit on this thing that is ECU controlled. And yeah, they just make it, the diagnostics is crazy. It's it makes sure you have everything right before you end up in a bad situation. So, but yeah, I'm gonna drop this video today, and today might actually be a dual upload, or yeah, today might be a dual upload, because I want to get this one out, give everybody an update, because I know everybody's been harping on me to get this thing started, but it's been a lot to get to this point. I don't want to sugarcoat that at all. Like, it has been a lot of work to get to this point. This is not an overnight simple build, especially when you want to do things in a quality manner. Like, I just don't want to sugarcoat it. It's not a simple build. Yeah, I mean, we're almost there though. Definitely almost there. I do appreciate all the comments. I didn't realize how many people were actually into the motorsports wiring. This is actually like the funnest part of the build to me, especially laying all this stuff out. And it could be a bit overwhelming, but when you chip away at this stuff little by little, it is quite rewarding when it's all said and done. Like, when you end up with this, like, it's very rewarding. You see everything working correctly. There were a few situations where I was beating up on myself because there were like some mishaps with the wiring, but it actually ended up being something stupid. It was just a change that I had to make in the software on the ECU with how the way the trigger worked. And then there was also the same exact issue in the PDM where I had to change the switch logic. So it wasn't even a wiring discrepancy at all. It was just a setting discrepancy in regards to the actual programming of the PDM and the ECU. So it wasn't major though. One button click fixed everything, and we were off sailing again. So, but yeah, I'm definitely going to get some heat in the pipe for you guys today, but I'm gonna just drop this one now just to give you an update. Yeah, go from there. So stay tuned, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube. It definitely helps me out. It helps the build get more exposure, along with the other builds that I'm doing. I know a lot of people follow me on TikTok. A lot of people don't realize that I'm the same guy with the Turbo YZ450F dirt bike, and then I'm also the same guy with the 5,000 horsepower all billet Noonan water jacketed street truck Hemi. But yeah, so so if you haven't already, please subscribe to the YouTube. Please like, please comment, and just engage with your boy. And yeah, just also follow me on the other socials as well, TikTok, Instagram. I post just as much on there as I do on here. Follow the Facebook page. I'll leave everything in the description. And yeah, just stay tuned, because shit is about to get real. It's about to get real. Like, really, really real. So go or just wait for the update. And yeah, we'll get some heat in the pipes today. Peace.